such living in fear, that you're always on red alert, living in anxiety, what's going to happen next. So fear is a big one too, just letting go of our fear, because our fear, it makes the whole body live in conflict. And so you can imagine your poor cells like tense, on red alert, looking around, who's going to attack me next, paranoia. And when you're living in this fear constantly, the whole nervous system there's such a strain on all the organs. The organs are on red alert, they're ready to fight, they're all contracted, ready to attack, ready to defend. It makes the body really tired. So when you come into love, the heart just, oh, thank you so much. It's like giving a gasp of, oh, at last. That song, at last. At last. Your body can start to relax. Your nervous system can give a sigh of relief. I mean, how many years has it been holding that tenseness? So your whole body, your liver, your pancreas, your whole body can go into relaxing and being open, and then everything can flow. The energy can flow. In acupuncture, they're putting needles into meridian points, so the energy can flow, your blood can flow, and as each cell, like you're giving to your heart, can feel the love, then that communicates to every other cell in your body. So they're all bright and happy like when you were born. So you can reverse all this, and you can actually go backwards. You can, with happy cells and a happy heart, you can regenerate. You can. When I was a stockbroker in Hong Kong, and photos of me, I looked older than I do now. Because I was stressed, like trying so hard to be accepted, to be, it's just a strain. So this way, it's just total acceptance of who you are, and then your body starts relaxing. Diseases go once you've acknowledged or found what they were there for. They're always telling you something, like cancer told me what I had hidden. So finding it, loving and accepting it, letting it go. And the rejection theme with my mother, that totally disappeared. So it's only things that we've pushed inside, we push down because we don't want to feel it. But when you have the courage to feel it, it's really nothing at all. It's just something you don't want to look at, or you've just stashed away and locked it up in a cupboard somewhere. I mean, in Australia, I used to hide in a cupboard a lot, because I was in so much fear of my brother, he being terrorized. I used to hide in a cupboard and shake with fear. So that fear is going all through your body. So experiencing fear is, hard on the body, and it's hard, it's giving out a frequency that will give you something to have fear about. So when you switch from fear to love, then you're living a peaceful life. And when you're emitting love and compassion, there's nothing to fear, because an animal knows that. my friend has a dog who's quite vicious, and people refuse to even have him in the kennels. But when I go there, he sits in my lap because it can feel the warm, loving energy. There's no fear, and the dog knows that. Children know that. People know that. Even if they're not conscious of that, they feel comfortable around you because they know you're not going to hurt them. You're not going to attack. You're not going to do anything. And so then they feel they can relax. They can tell you anything. They can share. They know you're not going to judge them. So fear, and the media is always promoting fear. And there's nothing to fear. If you're sitting anywhere in the world, be it a prison, be it at home, be it in the middle of the Antarctic, be it in the desert, you know, what is there to fear? You're sitting, the ground is supporting you, the chair is supporting you, you're sitting at peace, the air you breathe is given to you, it's a gift, so you can breathe deeply, bring it into your lungs, bring it into your lungs, and there's nothing to fear. It's only what we think might happen, which is not true. But if we think it will happen, you will draw it to you. So just let go of fear. You know, make a conscious effort to let go of fear. Don't go in, I mean, when you start out, it's like not doing everything that will not bring you fear, like reading the paper, looking at the news, all the terrible things happen in the world. But actually, when you shift perspectives and you're coming from love, you can be in a most fearful war zone, and really, you'll be okay. And everything is okay anyway. Remember Drunvalo, Mazeljack, he was saying his sister, she was in an apartment block and the whole building was bombed, and she was sitting on the second floor. She wasn't damaged at all. So it's amazing, just letting go of the fear and just coming from a heart full of love and peace, and it makes life really worth living. It's just more simple, it's more easy than living in misery or fear and worrying about what's going to happen all the time. I mean, that's how I started out, and so I've been there, I know that, and we all have a choice how we want to live our life. I never realized that I did have a choice, but we do. So having that choice of how do I want to live, it's all a decision, and we've made choices all throughout our lives. And sometimes they haven't been the brightest of choices, but don't beat yourself up for that, because you can make amends. And there's no guilt, there's no God is punishing you and telling you you're a bad person or you were born in sin. God doesn't do that. Jesus only came from love. So there's no guilt, there's no getting stuck in anything like that and beating yourself up all your life and having to punish yourselves. You know, we're the only ones that punish ourselves. Nobody else. If you think you've done something wrong, then you're going to punish yourself. And then you enroll other people to punish you. So you're really not a victim, it's you're creating that. So give up the need to be punished anymore and set yourself free, give yourself a break. And then all that energy you used on all that which is a lot of energy. A lot of energy living in fear. Oh. All that energy can then be used for your creativity and enjoyment. And we're all actually, hell and heaven are not a place in the sky. It's in your own consciousness. It's your choice of where you want to live. There's total heaven on earth when you look and you can see it. But when you're living in a consciousness of misery, even though it's all around you, you really can't see it. So it's all a choice, and there's no judgment on where anyone chooses to live, because we're all experiencing different things. And if you're living in misery, that's okay, or depression, fine, wallow in it. Experience it to the full. It's just society says that this is good and this is bad. If you're not putting on this perfect front, then something's wrong. No, it's not. You're just learning about that. And even like addiction, when people would condemn, my son and daughter, I would say, oh, they're on the Dionysian mystery. What's that? They're discovering what it's about. And so they learn what it's about and then come back full circle and, choose not to do that anymore. So there's no good, there's no bad in the polarities. It's all just experiences. And what wonderful experiences we have in life. So that's just a technique anyway. So put your hand on your heart and just feel the love that you are giving yourself. And once you connect with yourself and give it to yourself, all the world will reflect that to you. So have fun, and I love you.